Our film begins with a bunny named Judy. She dreams of becoming a police officer when she grows up. But poor thing, most of the animals, when she told them that, would say, "What officer, Mrs. Officer? You've places in the kitchen." Even her dad and mom thought it was better for her to work with them and her many rabbit siblings. They said their farms were plenty, the job was good, and it made money. Plus, no one from their lineage had ever become an officer before. But she said, "Even so, I will become an officer." And she continued on her path. Not even Mr. Hamada Helal in the movie dream of a lifetime, and that's why our girl, who is capable of challenge and confrontation, as soon as she grew up, she applied to the police academy. After that, the governor appointed her in a city called Zootopia, and the sheep was supposed to be her assistant to give her the badge. Remember her well, because we will need her later. Judy was extremely happy because she achieved even a small part of her dream. And she went to say goodbye to her family, feeling happy. Yes, who can match you? And when she went to Zootopia, she found that it was indeed a very large city with different types of animals of various shapes and colors living in peace and safety. As soon as she arrived, they took her to the hotel where she was staying, which felt like a one-stop place. She rested to get ready for work. When she got up, she wore her most stylish outfit, excited as if it were a holiday. And when she arrived, she found them all giants. She was like a wet kitten among them. It's a shame for all this to be on a tiny bunny like her. But still, she went in and sat down. When the chief came in, he told them there was a case that had been on their minds for quite some time. There are 14 missing cases and they don't know where they went. And the strange thing is that all of them are classified as predators. So he assigned the task to all of them and told them each one of you will search for them in different areas of the city. Then it was Judy's turn. He said to her, "You are a little bunny. Handle the traffic violations." But still, the same girl was capable of challenge and confrontation said, "Don't worry girl, I get up and do your work now. I and she took on the persona of Mrs. Taraya. And suddenly, she found a fox that really looked cunning, not joking. His name was Tick. He entered an ice cream shop. When she followed him in, she found he wanted to get ice cream for his son. When she saw that the shop owner was being racist and told him that the ice cream was only for elephants, she said to him, "If you don't give them the ice cream, I will tell everyone that you put the ice cream in your armpits," which is honestly disgusting. He told her, "No, and why? Take the ice cream, here it is," and Judy paid for it. But what surprised us, even me personally, was that Judy is Chloe and that the fox and his son, who is not his son, are con artists. They take that giant ice cream to make a lot of tiny popsicles and sell them to the mice. And when Judy confronted him, he told her, "Go away, play somewhere else, you can't talk to me." She got angry and more frustrated than before, but she was lucky, and the next day she saw a thief stealing a bag and thought, "This is my chance to prove myself." She ran after him and saved a cute little girl we'll see again later. She actually caught the thief and took him to the police station. She was very proud of herself. But poor thing, the chief argued with her and told her not to act like Ahmed El Saka again and get involved in work that's not hers. These people, this is the reward. In the midst of all this scolding, a woman came in whose husband was missing and they hadn't been able to find him yet. So, clever Judy told her, "Leave it to me, auntie." She put the officer in a tight spot. He told her, "All right, you have 2 days since you're so clever to find this man, and if you can't, you submit your resignation, sweetheart." And indeed,
you have many cases. Just kidding with you. Like and share the video and activate the bell to get all the new updates. Anyway, when she looked at the file paper, she found a picture of the missing beaver. It had a lollipop in its hand, and she saw Tick the swindler. So she went to him because she felt this was the first lead and forced him to help her because he was evading taxis. The first thing they found out was that he went to a yoga class and then took a car and drove off, so they went to the vehicle management center to track it down. There, they met the fastest employee in the universe, Flash, who is a sloth. And after a long time, they found the car and went to it. When they entered, they found her killing the missing beaver, and then he gets caught and takes them to the car owner, who turns out to be a big boss. Due to their terrible luck, Tick had a previous incident with him and wanted to punish them. But at the last moment, his daughter appears, whom Judy had saved before, remember? And the girl turned out to be from a good family and told her father what happened. So the man said to her, "You are a good woman and I will never turn against you." So he forgave them and told them that he sent his driver with that car because the beaver wanted to talk to him about the matter he didn't know about. And after that, he disappeared. So in his opinion, you should go to the driver and find out what happened from him. And indeed, they went to the driver, who was terrified. When he opened the door for them, he said some very strange things and said yes. Suddenly, he acted like a predator. And suddenly the driver himself went crazy like him and attacked them until they managed to tie him up to escape from him. The officer arrives and Judy is still telling him and showing him that he became a monster. But suddenly she finds he's not in his place. So the officer said to her, hand over the badge, your time with us is up to here. But here he lied about her and told them, you are cruel people. You gave her only one paper and called it a case. And besides, they want her to solve it in just 2 days. By the way, the 2 days aren't over yet, and he went and took Judy, treating her with utmost kindness. He started telling her about himself when he was young and how those around him wronged him and judged him as a predator. So he thought, if I'm seen as a monster either way, I might as well be a monster and evil all the time, even though he's not evil at all. I don't believe that about him, but Judy told him that he is kind and nice. Anyway, back to the case, they checked the surveillance cameras and found out that the wolves were the ones who took control of the driver and took the building hostage. They made a plan, entered the building, and found the 14 inside. A massive building, so they made a plan, entered the building, and found the 14 missing people inside, and they also found the condos, all of them trapped inside. And suddenly the governor entered, and also suddenly Judy's mobile phone rang, so they realized someone was in the place and locked them in. Then they informed the officer, who came and arrested the governor because they thought he was the reason for what happened. But even after they arrested him, those animals were still wild and their behavior became worse than before. Unfortunately, the city of Zootopia became divided into two, the domestic and the wild animals, and they became frightening to them. Unfortunately, all of this happened because of Judy when she said that what happened is natural because in the end they are predators and that's natural and their origin. And of course, this talk destroyed Nick, who has a childhood trauma, so he got upset with her and said, you're always afraid of me and expecting betrayal from me at any moment. This made Judy feel very frustrated and she decided to resign and return to her family and leave this job. After she traveled, she was surprised that Judy's father and mother said that there is a certain flower that when her uncle ate it, he turned into a savage beast for a while even though he is a rabbit. So, she understood that someone was doing this deliberately to ruin the reputation of the predators. She quickly returned to Zootopia, searched for Nick until she found him, and apologized to him. After they reconciled, they did some investigations and managed to find a large quantity of these flowers in a lab inside the train, where sheep were making this compound and turning the plant into something like bullets. Judy understood what was happening and started driving the train to take the lab with everything. But unfortunately, she and Nick jumped off and everything exploded. Fortunately, our Nick had taken a sample, and then Bellwether, the assistant mayor, came to them and said, good thing I caught you, well done, and now hand over the bag. Anapo Maba! Judy was about to give her the bag. She asked her, who told you to come here in the first place? And that's how we find out that this supposed person is the source of all the troubles. All of this comes from you, and it turns out she's doing this because she hates predators and wants to hold the highest position in the city. And suddenly, Tick was shot with the bullet to transform and kill Judy, but from experience, he pretended to have turned on her. It turned out Judy had put berries from her farm in the weapon and called the sheriff, and they arrested her. Zootopia lived in peace and safety once again. They also invented an extract from that flower to treat the animals that had become wild. And of course, Judy actually became a police officer, and Tick applied to the police academy and joined her. Their first mission together is dealing with someone driving very fast, which is illegal. When Judy and Tick reach him, they find it's Uncle Flash, the fastest in Zootopia, and that's the end of our story, and thus our movie ends today. Don't forget to like and share the video, tell us your thoughts in the comments, and activate the bell to receive all the new updates.